You tell yourself you will start over Monday, you make the plan, write the list, promise this week will be different. But then Monday comes and you wake up tired, overwhelmed, and already behind. So you push it to Tuesday, then Thursday, then next week. And suddenly you are stuck in a loop that feels like effort but never actually becomes change. You are not lazy, you are not broken. You're just relying on resets instead of present moment decisions. Welcome back to level 5 of play mode on the reset glitch. This is where you break the start over Monday cycle and learn how to lead yourself through the resistance in the present moment instead of waiting for the perfect one. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I help you rewire your habits, your identity, and your follow through real body-based action. Each lesson in the series is short, intentional, and designed to help you rewire how you show up in real time. If you have been following along, this level builds on everything we have talked about: habits, identity, dopamine. But if you are new and this is your first time dropping in, you're still in the perfect place. Let's get into it. Did you know every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, especially after you promised yourself you would start today, you're not just delaying a self-leadership moment that builds trust, you are reinforcing the belief that your word does not mean anything, that your decisions are negotiable, that you cannot trust yourself to follow through. And the more often you repeat the cycle, the more your identity wires itself around inconsistency. Inconsistency is not just a habit, it is a frequency. When that frequency is dominant, your inner programming takes the path of least resistance and life mirrors it back to you. You experience instability in other areas. Maybe it is relationships, finances, or even confidence. It's not just about missing your workouts or meal prep. You're going to be repeating that same cycle in other areas of life, even when you know better. But the great news is that staying consistent with new habits and breaking that start over cycle is so much simpler and easier than what most people think. And it comes down to these 3 brain and body shifts. Number 1, stop thinking about what you need to do and start talking about it after it's done. As an ADHD girly, if I have a task I need to do but really don't want to, talking and complaining about it only makes it harder to follow through because my brain starts building resistance before I've even started. It creates a whole new story of how boring, how exhausting, and how hard it's going to be. And suddenly that task feels 10 times harder than it actually is. Instead of saying, I need to do a workout today, I act like it's already decided. I move my body, then I talk about how good it felt. This builds trust. It shifts the focus from pressure to proof because talking about action does not build consistency. Completing micro action does. And that leads me straight into the second brain and body shift you need if you want to stop restarting every week. Lower your expectations. Yes, I said it. If you're here watching this, I already know you are self-aware, ambitious, and probably overthink things. Because same, so high, you're in the right place. Your expectations around consistency and what it should look like are likely the reason you keep starting over. I used to be a chronic I'll start again Monday person with my nutrition. Any meal I had off plan meant self-sabotage because things were not perfect. So I would wait until tomorrow or Monday to quote unquote get back on track. And this one shift I made elevated my self-trust, confidence, and quality of life more than anything else. Let me give you an example. Let's say it's Sunday, you're out having a fun brunch day with your friends. You come home a little tired, and instead of meal prepping like you said you would, you order takeout. You feel a little bad about it, but whatever, you will start tomorrow. Then Monday hits, you have a busy day at work, someone stresses you out, and now there is no way you're meal prepping or cooking that night. In your head, you're thinking, oh, if I only followed through on Sunday like I planned, I would not be in the cycle again. And while that may be true, the deeper reason you stay stuck is because you believe the effort has to be perfect for it to count. But what if instead of trying to do a full-blown 12-step meal prep, you just made one dinner Sunday night and saved the leftovers for a day or two? Now, Monday night, you're not feeling bad, you're not starting over, you're actually one step ahead instead of 2 steps behind. Over time, these micro decisions compound. You probably heard of the compound effect book and becoming 1% better every day. This is what 1% better every day means. It means doing something uncomfortable in the present moment, even if it's small.
Growth is not easy or comfortable, but at least it will lead you somewhere you actually want to go. Which brings me to my last point. Go against yourself until you trust yourself. This might sound wrong or bad, but the current version of you is the version your brain and body have been rehearsing for years. 90 to 95% of your daily thoughts, emotions, and actions are controlled by your subconscious mind, meaning most of the time you're not even aware of the story you are living. Your self concept is the mental story, the thoughts and labels you attach to yourself. Your identity is how that story lives in your body through habits, emotional reactions, and automatic behaviors. So, what does this mean for you? Self concept says, I'm not good with discipline, but your identity proves it by procrastinating, avoiding, and repeating the same self sabotage patterns. Which is why you can't just change your mind, you have to change the way you move. And the part of you that tries to protect the story, even when that story does not serve you, is your ego. So the more accurate statement would be go against your ego until your body believes you're safe to change. You don't need a full reset, you don't need an hour workout, you don't need a 12-step morning routine or a perfectly color-coded to-do list. Just to do that one micro thing you will feel proud of tomorrow. You need present moment proof that you are no longer living the old story. One small action that disrupts the pattern. That's it. You don't build self-trust by doing what's comfortable. You build it by doing the thing your mind is trying to talk you out of. Again and again until that becomes your new normal. That is the glitch. That is the pattern disruptor. It feels wrong at first, it feels awkward, it feels forced, and you are probably not going to want to do it in the moment because your system has been conditioned to stay the same. At the end of the day, all your brain and body want is to keep you safe, to delay, to wait for the reset, to start over next week. But real change happens the moment you go against the part of you that says, we will do it later, it's not the right time, you already messed up, might as well restart tomorrow. Go against that voice, not to punish yourself, but to become someone new. That is how you build self-trust. That is how you stop restarting. You prove it to yourself in real time that you are someone who follows through. Not when it's perfect, but when it's hard. This is your rewire move for today. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, I will start over tomorrow, I already messed up, so today's a waste, or I'll get back on track Monday. Pause, take a deep breath or a couple, and ask yourself, what's one thing I can do right now that my tomorrow self will thank me for? Not your distant future self, but your tomorrow self. And this can be so freaking simple. Washing the dish that's been in the sink, walking for 5 minutes, making one actual nourishing meal, sending one email, or getting ready and putting on your work clothes. Then actually do the thing, not because it's big, but because it breaks the loop. This is how you will stop waiting for the reset and start proving to your system that you follow through in the moment no matter what.